Hi everyone, I'm doing a video to show you all the things I've crocheted over the years, and I'm going to put most of them up for sale. Some of them I'll keep, some I've already given away to people over the last few years, but this was one of the very first things I made. Look at the colours in this. I've had to close the curtain up to block out all the afternoon sun. So I don't know if you can tell, it's actually two shawls sewn together, leaving a little neck opening. It's what I call my cheat ponchos. So I cheated. So I've just got a shell edge along the bottom. And this is a yarn from hobie.com in Denmark. It's gorgeous. It's pure wool. And I absolutely love it. And so it comes up, because it's a shawl, they come up higher on the neck. They don't have the V like a proper poncho shawl, like a proper poncho. They don't have the V's in the front of the back. But I like that because it keeps my neck warm. So it's the way and all I've done is these are trebles for UK. I don't know what you call them in America, doubles. And I do mine quite tight. I'm a very tight crocheter. And then I just do little spaces. I chain two, miss two, and then go down and do a treble, miss two, I go do a treble. And I just do it wherever I feel like. I do have a couple of beginner tutorials, and all I do is I just change how many rows I do in between all the spaces. So isn't that gorgeous? I just think it's lovely. This is one I'm going to keep. I just love the colours in it. It looks really autumny. Autumnal is the proper way to say it. This was one of my Karen latte cakes. It is gorgeous. So soft. And I put just little tassels all the way around. And again, it's just two triangles sewn along the top, leaving a space for my head. And I just like how easy it is. It's great. And when I do my tutorials, I start at the top here and then I just go down, do the spaces and then up. But if you have a look in my crochet playlist, you'll see. But isn't that a gorgeous colour that will go with anything? And so I'll be selling that one. This is another one that I'll be selling. Lovely blues and greys and browns in it. And all I did at the bottom here was I wanted a border, but I wanted something different to the shells. And so all I did was just put a few rows, every so often, 3 rows of what I call holes. That's all. They're all just the same stitch trebles. I didn't do a shell or tassels or anything, and I think it looks, if you can see out of the light, I think it looks quite pretty. So once again, it's just 2 triangle shawls made into a poncho. So those are the ones, all the other ones I made I gave away. These are my cocoon cardigans, and I did a tutorial on how you fold them once they're a square. Very simple, very, very popular video. So you fold your square in half basically, sew up the sides leaving a little bit for the armhole, and then I added a little bit. I just added a little bit here, keeping in the same pattern. And then when it's like that, you just pick it up and put your arm through, go around, try and find the other side. Where is it? Holly's growling out on the deck because the dogs down the road are barking. And it becomes, now you can make these, they're just squares. So you can make these bigger or smaller. So I just had it come just down here, just past my hips, and I think that's quite nice. And if you made it bigger, it would reach across and you put a nice little button or a brooch or some sort of clasp here. But I just like to wear them a bit like a bolero, like a little bolero cardigan. So that's that plain one, which will go with anything. And then I had this lovely pink colour, and that's exactly the same. I didn't even put an arm around this. I just sewed it up, and that's where it went. So there's no arm edging, but it still looks really nice. Doesn't really go with the red top I'm wearing. But I made these ones quite small, just a little summer cardigan type of thing to wear with a dress, just to keep the sun off you, or if it gets a bit chilly in the evening. So they're all the same, just a square. And then I had this beautiful green. It's got a little sparkle in it. Can you see the little sparkle? It might be a bit blurry. It's got a little sparkle, and it's exactly the same. And on this sleeve I did what do they call these? Picos? I'm not sure. But those little things. So I was trying to learn new things, and that looks really sweet. And that's the same, just a little one the same size as the pink one. Now this was lovely. This is, I've forgotten what yarn this is. So it's a lot thicker, a lot bigger. So I did the edging in black. And then this was a self-changing yarn and all the browns. And so it's really pretty. So I'll put it on so you can see. And I love it. It's nice and warm. But on the other one, there's this colour I did, and I just put the plain, it's almost like it's not really orange, it's not yellow, it's mustard. The mustard colour matched up with this, and I thought that looked really pretty. But I'll show you something interesting. I think I've got to put the other one on first. So it looks really gorgeous on, and they're so nice and warm for winter. But I am enjoying my cardigans that I'm making at the moment, but I might actually do some more crochet. I've got so much yarn. I've been selling some off and decluttering all my materials for sewing. And so this one, I don't know if you can see, I'm going to tip that down a little bit. This one came quite low, and I used a bigger hook than this one, and just by one hook size, because it's exactly the same brand of yarn, and I'm going to try and put this one over the top so you can see the difference by using just one hook size. Need another pair of hands, but you can just see here how much longer it went. And how it went across the front. So I think, I can't remember the hook sizes. I can't remember what I used. Honestly, I'm terrible. I should have written it down. So this came out quite firm, and this came out feeling softer, and it was longer, and it just feels nicer on, just because it was one hook size difference. So isn't that interesting? Oh gosh, what else have I got? Oh, remember when I made this? I actually made one out of another Caron cake, because this is a Caron latte cake, and it was a slightly different colour, and that was for my son's girlfriend at the time. So I hope she loved it. And then this is just gorgeous. It is just so soft. So soft. So I'm going to try putting all these up for sale. Yes, it's another cardigan. You put your arms through, so that's what it looks like. But isn't it lovely? Now, the very first thing I had a go at making was actually, I think, this, which is still just a shawl. It's pure wool. I bought this wool in New Zealand, colour changing yarn, but isn't it lovely? Now, the wool for this, it cost me $48 just for the yarn for this, and I used just about all I had. And then this lady says, oh, I love it, I'll give you $20. And I said the yarn costs $48 without me even making it up. Yarn here is very expensive in New Zealand, but it's got a very slight bluey grey. It's gorgeous. But I haven't really been wearing my crochet, and I don't have enough to make it into a poncho. So, and I don't know where the yarn is now for me to make little tassels, but anyway, that's going to go in the shop up for sale. Isn't it gorgeous? I've forgotten everything I've got. And then I had to go at a corner to corner shawl. This was the colour that came out for the corner to corner shawl. They've all been folded up for so long. And so this was a slightly different stitch, corner to corner. And that was interesting, but corner to corner crochet takes up a lot of yarn. And crochet takes up more yarn than knitting anyway. So I am loving my cardigans because it takes less yarn, and yarn's so expensive here. So crochet does take up a lot, but corner to corner does take up a lot more. It's a yarn eater. And I've got a little shell around here. I've got a tutorial for the corner to corner too, but I was a very, very beginner, and so my tutorials they work, but they're pretty basic. But anyway, I had fun, and that's the job of the channel. It's having fun. This was just some baby yarn, Burnet blanket or something they call. You can hardly see the colour. It's green, grey and white. Well, it's mint grey and white. And so that was just a blanket I did, going backwards and forwards. And then I did this one, and I see I've got a little bit of tail I haven't finished, and a tail here, but this was a baby blanket I did. I think this is the Burnet. I can't remember what they're called. I can find the rest because it's in the cupboard, but I thought that's a pretty colour. The light green and the blue and the white. And so that was just going around and around and around in a square, where this one I went backwards and forwards, backwards and forwards, backwards and forwards. So, and I think I did 2 rows at the same time, which sort of made a bit of a pattern. But honestly, I can't remember. And then I've got these little baby blankets. I've had them in the bags. And this was just some beautiful yarn I had. And I put these colours together. The multicolour yarn was one ball, and then I matched it up with the green. And then I had a white, and then I put it together. So I did change the colours. And it's lovely and soft. Just acrylic. Acrylic's not very good for newborn babies, but I saw this on sale at a shop we call Uncle Bill's, and it's so soft that I picked it up, because when you're a beginner you pick up things and you make things. And I gave away, I had pinks, white and lemon, and I gave those away to my daughter and my niece when they had their baby girls. So these are more boy colours, but you can see this time I did a plain green, and then I had the pattern with the yellow, so then, or lemon, and I put the lemon and a green. The colours aren't showing very well. I can see it's looking blue for you, but it's actually a mint. It's a mint green, but it doesn't look it. But anyway, so that's another one. And I had quite a few more. Oh, and then there's this one. So I'll see if these sell. So that's a nice one with the purple and the blue and the lemon. So let's see what happens if I put them up for sale. And then this I did not make. I am too tight at crochet. This is very thin. This is the Ahobi yarn. It's a cotton, I think. But this is one that a friend made. I swapped her some yarn if she would make me something. Look at the pattern in this. This is something that I just could never have the patience and the eyesight to do. But isn't it gorgeous? And so it goes from black to the grey to the peachy cream to the peach. It's just gorgeous. And if you're a crochet and you know the Hobie yarn, you know which ones these are. They come in the little cakes, the cotton cakes. But isn't it gorgeous? So I've got a few cakes that she's become busy now, but I'd love another one in a different colour. Isn't it stunning? So I'm going to keep this. It's just beautiful. This is my memory, and I'll keep this one. And if you can see this blanket at the back that I've covered up, no, I didn't make that, but it's just gorgeous. I found that at a $2 shop, and it was just sitting there, and it's quite long. It goes right across the back of my sofa, and I thought that was just lovely. So those are my crochet items, and I just thought it'd be nice to make a video to have it all in one. And there were a lot more shawls and blankets that I gave away, big shawls, to people that had me on holiday and stayed. So yeah, hope you've enjoyed that little look. Bye.